guys and welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, my name is Shiv. Hello, if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I have this look for you right here using the Revolution Shadow Mirror palette, which I have just dropped on the floor. But this is the look that I came up with. Super smoky and actually really easy to recreate because I definitely was strapped for time filming this video. But if you would like to see how to create this look and kind of my initial thoughts on the palette, I've also got the setting spray and the primer as well, then please carry on watching. Before you do, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and hit the notification bell to be alerted when I upload a new video. I'm uploading about 2 to 3 times a week at the moment, so join in on that and let's just carry on with the video. I've already primed my lid using my Louise base in Rumour number 2 and just blended it out into my skin, as you can see, because you can't see it. It's basically the same colour as my natural skin tone. And of course I've already done my brows with the Bella Pierre Chestnut Brow Pencil, which is just like my favourite eyebrow product of life. Always go straight towards that. So I don't have much time to film this video. I have kind of like a work kind of conference call in an hour exactly. It's just a few minutes before 1, so I've got to finish this by 2. I'm going to do one eye at a time. I'm going to jump into the Revolution Shadow Mirror palette, which looks like this, if you can see it. Obviously because it's got super reflective packaging, it is a little bit tricky to show you, but I will do a phone kind of close-up of the palette now. And I have swatched a few shades, so it doesn't look the best as it did when I first opened it, but it is actually quite a unique looking palette. So the first shade that I'm actually going to go into is this very dark chocolatey kind of brown shade right here, and I'm going to pop that directly into the crease as our first kind of shade, and I'm just going to keep packing that into the crease area. I'm not going to put it out too much because I don't want this to be that crazy of a look. I want it to be a little bit more smoky. So I'm going to start off with a teeny tiny blending brush. This one is from Morphe. It's a very dense short blending brush, but it's really good for like packing on colour into the crease like so, and then I'm just going to buff side to side. So I'm just going to go in straight away to this shade right here. So I'm just going to pat down the base in the crease just to make sure it hasn't creased up, and then I'm literally just going to start pushing this into the crease of the eye, kind of in a rounded shape to start off with. So it has a little bit of like purple in it actually, very pretty. Packing that into the crease as our first kind of colour there. As you can see, that is so pigmented. I've already done a video on the other palette which I mentioned in the intro, so definitely go ahead and check that out as well. I created a quite like glam kind of date night, girls night kind of look. This one's going to be smoky. I'm not cutting the crease in this tutorial. And take that right the way through to the inner corner and just make sure it's like evenly packed all the way through the crease. And then once that is on there, what I'm going to go ahead and do is just with the same brush and no extra product, I'm just going to start gently kind of like buffing over the crease, almost using like scratching motions just to kind of blend out the shadow and make it as smooth as it can be on this step, even though this step is literally the first step of the painting, if you like. I'm just taking my time with each shade and making sure it's as pigmented and as blended as it can be in each step. And recently when I've been playing with makeup and getting more and more creative, I've learned that although everything is a progress when it comes to makeup, like creative look or soft glam or whatever kind of look you're doing, it's always good to try and perfect each step that you're doing. And I've really found that's been helping like the outcome of my looks. So I'm really going to take my time, and as you can see, it's already started to be quite nice and diffused on the edge, even though I haven't added any extra product. And obviously this bit we will fix later on, but I'm just going to start by like buffing out the edges a little bit, and I'm going to dip a little bit in and just make sure it's really packed in. There's a little bit section there that isn't as dark as the others, and just re-intensify that. Now this palette doesn't actually have a lot of matte shades, so the only matte shades in the palette really are this dark brown, the kind of pinky red colour. It is a pink, but it's drawing on more of a pinky red. This grey, which I probably won't be using, just not that massively into greys, and then this blue here. I've done a few blue looks recently, so I don't really want to use too much of the blue. I will be using this one though. This blue here, although it probably looks matte to you on camera, it actually has a subtle bit of shimmer in it. It's more of a satin finish. So the next shade that I'm going to take is God, here we go. This corally pinky red colour right here, and I'm going to dip into it very, very lightly on a Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush, which is quite similar to a MAC 217, that really fluffy brush. So I'm just going to tap into the pinky coral colour, literally just on the tip of my brush. Tap off the excess, so there's like barely any product on there. And I am going to start at the outer corner and just kind of add like a touch of pink to this blend. Now it will be a little bit muddy to start off with, but just have patience and just build that up. Again, I don't have much time left. It is now 1:05. If I can finish one eye by like 20 past, I will be so happy. So I'm just kind of buffing that in, dipping back a few times but tapping off the excess so I don't go in with loads and loads of product. Okay, I like the colour combo together, but it's just going to take a little bit of effort just to blend that together. Try and leave the brow bone free, so I'm going to be putting a shimmery colour on there. Excuse that sound, that was just my dog opening the door. She can like push the door with her nose. Go on, up you go. Don't worry about this line right now because I will be taking my brow bone shimmery colour to blend that kind of section out. Okay, and then going back in with the dark brown and then just popping that through the crease of the eye just to re-intensify this. But I do definitely want to blend it out a little bit more. It's not the blended that like I would strive to achieve. Blending of any eyeshadow look is always the longest part anyway, so once that's done we're all good to go. Next up, I'm going to go onto the brow bone. I'm going to take this colour right here, which you can't really see on camera, but it is a kind of shimmery colour with a blue-green kind of reflect to it. And I'm going to pop that all across here in this empty brow bone space. On a small Morphe flat shader brush, or any kind of small brush will be fine. I looked online, by the way, and this came in a limited edition brush set, so you can't get it anymore, but I'm sure you can find a small kind of shader brush. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that on the brow bone. It will go in my brow hairs, but that is why I do my like eyebrow gel at the end of the look. That is super pretty. I'm going to pop that in the inner corner later on as well. Then I'm just going to dip one more time very lightly into the pink shade and just kind of buff over the line of the highlight just to kind of smooth it together. When I do my other eye, I'll wipe this on the back of like a tea towel or leggings or something just to kind of get the shimmer off the brush. Now I'm going to dip into MAC Constructivist Pro Longwear Paintpot, which is like a shimmery dark brown kind of cream shadow, just as a base for the shimmer shade because I want it to really stand out and pop. You could also use an eyeliner pencil, like a Kohl liner, and kind of smudge it around your lid with your finger. That would also work absolutely fine. I'm taking it on a Morphe M224. Synthetic brush will work best for this, I find, anyway. And I'm just going to pack that on top of the empty space onto the lid. Doesn't have to be precise with this kind of step of the look because it is more of like a smoky kind of look, but I don't want to take it above the crease because otherwise the shimmer shade will transfer. The next shade that I'm going to take is this one right here, which is like a coppery bronze kind of colour. And I'm going to pack it just on top of that paint pot. I'm going to go in with a dry brush to start off with, and then if I feel like it needs intensifying, I will then wet my brush. This is a MAC 239 if I did not already mention. There's a decent amount of product on the brush, which is always a good sign. Okay, yeah, I don't even need to wet my brush. That is just stunning. Stunning. Ooh, this shade is gorgeous. For the waterline, I want to take a blue just because I've been loving blue on the waterline. This is the Revolution Blue Kohl Eyeliner Pencil. Working it into the lashes a little bit just so there's not too much of a gap. For the lower lash line, I'm going to start off by taking the darkest brown just so it kind of blends kind of as one cohesive look, just kind of on the outer kind of third of the lower lash line. I'm just kind of pushing that into the lash line, trying not to get it all up in my eyeball, and blending back and forth, really packed on there. Then I'm going to go into the baby blue shade. This is more of like a satin colour, not so much a matte, but I'm going to take it on the shader brushes that you get with the Anastasia palettes. Any kind of shader brush will do. I say a bit of fluff on it. And I am just going to pop that in like the inner section of the lower lash line, leaving a gap for my inner corner highlights. I'm going to take a teeny little bit of the P. Louise base first. I know this tutorial probably seems very erratic, but I'm just, you know, trying to film. It's all in an hour. Usually I like to take my time. It takes me like 2-3 hours to film usually, just because I'm like flapping around. Popping a little, ooh, that's way too much. Just popping a little bit of the base just on like this inner section. I feel like it will make the blue look more pigmented. Okay, I'm just going to press this on top of the P. Louise base. I feel like that definitely has helped just to make it pick up a little bit more, especially as it is like a pastel colour. And then take the brush with a dark brown and just kind of like overlap the two. Actually really love that. I'm just going to blend out this a little bit. I'm going to skip a liquid liner. I kind of want the eyeshadow to like do the talking, but I'm going to go in with these eyelash curlers and just give my lashes a little squeeze. And then I'm going to pop on mascara. This is the Revolution Blowout High Volume Mascara. For lashes, I'm taking these ones by Beauty by Bylnvogue. They're super affordable. These are the number 52. They kind of have like long wispy bits sticking out of them. They're quite short actually. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these on, and I will be right back with the other eye done as well. Okay, we are back. Eyes are done. Loving the eyes. I think they're super smoky and just what I had in mind. So for the face, I've actually got the Revolution Glass Skin Primer to try. I tried the Glass Skin like serum primer last time, so I'm excited to try this. I feel like it kind of looks like the Smashbox one, but I have no idea how this is going to go, so let's give this a little trial. Okay, it feels very liquidy. Just gonna put that. Ah, okay, that does look like glass. It feels heavy, so if you're not into like, you know, a heavy base, then you probably won't like this. But the look at the like reflection on my face. It does leave like a greasy feel on your fingers though, so let's wipe that off. For foundation, I'm going to take the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate foundation. This is in the shade F8.2. I'm going to move through the face pretty quickly. So I'm going to take a few pumps of this and just pop that all over the skin. This is a dewy kind of sort of foundation, I guess. It's definitely not matte, and then the only kind of matte product I'm using are going to be the powders, so hopefully my face looks kind of like healthy and dewy. I do absolutely love this foundation, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop this all over the face. Bring it down the neck as well. Ain't nobody got time for fake tan during lockdown. Then for concealer, I'm going to take the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C4. I'm just going to go ahead and pop this onto my chin, middle of the forehead. Do love this concealer. Down my nose, and of course under the eyes. And then I'm going to blend it out with the same sponge. Okay, my face is looking super shiny. So if you are, you know, dry skin or just really want that dewy look, then this combo is for you. I am going to go ahead and set this into face, otherwise it will just melt off face. So I'm going to take the Primark Bake It setting powder in the shade Nude. I'm just going to go ahead and take a big fluffy brush and just press this into the skin to kind of like set it into place. Okay, so we're not looking very shiny anymore. I definitely had to set that though, otherwise it would just slide straight off my face. For bronzer, I'm going to take the Revolution Mega Bronzer in the shade 02 Warm. And I'm going to take it on my Sigma F25 tapered face brush, just on around the outer perimeters of my face and across my nose. You don't need a lot of this bronzer. I'm just going to tap some of the excess on the back of my hand. It's very pigmented. And I'm just going to start by bronzing up my face. For blush, I'm going to take the Primark Mineral Glow Baked Blusher. I don't know if you can get this anymore, but just a nice shimmery pink blush. And I'm taking it on my Zoeva 126 Luxe Cheek Finish Brush. Onto the apples of my cheeks. I feel like being quite blush today, you know? Go on, pack it on, why not? Then I'm going to take the Revolution Glass Glow Fix Ultimate Glow Dewy Fixing Spray. Okay, nothing seems to happen when you shake it like the other one, but we'll give it a go. Packing on the setting spray like I'm going anywhere. Now I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty Metal Moon Highlighter. I'm just going to use that to highlight my cheekbones. Bit on the end of my nose. Then I'm going to go back to the palette and go in with that kind of shimmery shade and just pop it on the inner corner, or like the tiered up kind of section as my inner corner highlight. Now I'm going to chuck some brow gel through the brows. This is the Revolution Pro Clear Brow Gel. And then some mascara on my lower lashes. For lips, of course, I'm going to go in with a nude. I probably should do a different lip at some point soon. I'm going to take the Revolution Icon Satin Kiss Lip Liner and just use this to outline my lips. And then for lipstick, I'm taking the Revolution Satin Kiss lipstick in the shade Fling, which looks like this. It's a very nice brownie nude. My lips are so dry at the moment. I put lip balm on them like religiously, exfoliate them, they're just so dry. And this is the finished makeup look that I created using the Revolution. What is this actually called? This is the Glass Mirror palette, and this is what I came up with. I absolutely love the eyes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not massively keen on the primer. I feel like I can already see the kind of oil. My camera cut off. I can already see like the oil and stuff kind of coming through, and I think that's down to the primer and then the also mixture of the hydrating foundation as well. I will give the primer another go. It's just not going to be my go-to. I prefer the other primer. That's really lovely. It's almost like a serum. However, the setting spray is really nice and the eyeshadow palette performed absolutely beautifully, so I highly recommend checking that out. And I also think it's quite a unique selection of colours. I know there's obviously a lot of colourful palettes around nowadays, but I think this is quite a nice selection of colours. And that bronze, by the way, is beautiful. Like, I didn't even wet my brush or anything, so I'm really impressed with that. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video and that you are safe and sound, and of course staying home. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It means the absolute world. Follow me on TikTok and on Instagram, and if you have made it this far, give yourself a big pat on the back right there. Well done, and thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time. Bye. And I am very excited to create something with it. Motions, just to kind of... The next shade that I'm going to... For the Revolution Pro... Thank you so much.